Good morning, everybody. Today, I did just a quick walkthrough of my garden, and I thought, you know what? Maybe people are curious that don't live around this state. Hold on, the dog needs the ball thrown. What it's really like living in Wisconsin during the winter months. So I thought, come with me for a day, and we will do chores, cook food, clean the house, whatever it is we do during our day. I'm going to take you guys along with me. Today, or this weekend, for about 4 or so days, we have our grandpuppy here, so he's pretty excited to run and play. You gotta go get your ball. Well, let's go get it. Come on. So we throw ball 20, 30 times a day. And then we're going to go off to the chicken coop and check eggs, check water, check feed, all that other good stuff. It's right here. All right, off to the chicken coop. Hey, Elton. How's it going? Hi, do you guys want some treats? Come on, ladies. Come on, babies. You guys all get your treats? All right, let's get some treats. Have to go in the treat section. Yeah. And these ladies, they're not the biggest fan of the babies. There you guys go. There you go. Get some treats, Goldie, Dawn. Today is actually a decent day, given we just had negative temps. But today is about 34 degrees right now, so it's not so bad. You don't have to be all bundled up, just some boots and sweatshirt and a hat. We got one lady still stuck in the coop. You guys, I got this omelet door. This thing's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. If you're looking for a good automatic door, it's been a lifesaver for us. All right, entering the coop. This is real life. Nothing's staged, nothing's picked up, nothing's clean. Hey, lady. Could you have possibly laid an egg? You don't want to leave the coop? Let's see what she's doing in there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill up their feeder right here. We have it hanging-ish, because I have these blocks here. Because typically, when I clean this it gets all, I'll put some fresh shavings down today, but in the wintertime here we leave most of their manure, only because it will keep in a lot of the warmth in the wintertime. And they've got several places to roost in here, and then we just have plastic on the walls out there. These feeders here, I just put some corn mash in this one. Those we were feeding. One of my friends just gave us this hanging feeder, which has worked great because they are not scratching all their feed out. And that's why the concrete, these cinder blocks were here, only because the bottom here is so full of their food. So what I do is I just throw it all in the compost. They actually go in there, they scratch around, then they drop their manure in there, and it's wonderful. So it just kind of aerates my compost bin. Then their water, then they have a tote here that with a block there. They're not a fan of this block though. But yeah, hey lady. So this omelet is just battery powered, and it works great, and it's easy to set up, it's easy to run it, and we don't have to worry about anything. Opens and closes. We never use the light sensing on it. We just do the time with it all. And you girls like it, don't you? And you do too. Hey lady, you guys scratching the only grassy area? Yeah, looks like you guys got a little hole. Let's throw down some feed out here too to give you guys some excitement. I usually just get one bucket and scoop some feed in here. Throw some down. They enjoy it. That's about as easy as that gets for taking care of the chickens. We'll go in the coop actually and check for some eggs, hopefully. Should show you guys, we got these blue barrels. They're food grade barrels and they're nice. Yeah, Elton likes them. You just keep the ring on it and keeps the squirrels, the coons, the mice, everything out of it, which is really saves a lot in having feed being wasted with all the predators. All right, so we walk around the back here. Hey, ladies. This right here, which I haven't been over there for a while, obviously. I'll take you guys back there. That's where my compost bin is at. And it's really pretty, actually. And when there's no snow, I have a boardwalk that comes right up to here. This is where a lot of my garden waste goes to, my kitchen waste goes to, and it breaks down pretty good. I mean, obviously I threw in pretty thick stalks. Like these are all my pepper plants, some corn cobs. Then I have this door here, which I should almost close up. So I might need two hands to untie that. Give me 1 second. I think I should just be able to pull that and it should come loose. There we go. And then this just swings shut. And I have a latch right here and we just hook the latch on it and it closes it. Just like that. And I've had this pretty full and it keeps going down. So it's pretty nice actually. And I will add with that as well is it was all free. These pallets came with this hardware, and so I just took them off. They were on top of it. This must have held some sort of whatever they were shipping, and I just took them off and reused the screws and kind of held them all together. So every place you see, instead of going buying hardware and stuff, and I had these hinges, so I just put those hinges on, cut one pallet right in half where it opens and closes, and yeah, it's not the prettiest, but it's doing its job. All right, we'll walk back this way and go check the coop. You can kind of see right here through some of the snow the boardwalk that I have. And of course, in my fashion, I planted some hostas back here. So the back of our coop, we actually tore down a pool, and these stairs are was pretty much brand new. I said, let's just repurpose them and use them for the coop because we didn't have stairs built for that yet. And it's actually, you know, it's a lot taller on this end. Hi, lady. How are you? Well, I don't see any eggs. They usually lay right there. That's a shame. So we have a dual purpose for this part of the coop, actually. This is a screen door, and it's on hinges. Right now it's actually propped up with a stick. Excuse me. That this comes down, then we'll have a shelf, like another screen in front here, and we can use that as a brooder if we need to when we had our baby chickens. And then it stays on the right side of this, their opening right here. So it worked out really nice, actually. And our chickens, if you're wondering, yeah, lady, I'm trying to speak about you. If you're wondering, they don't use nesting boxes. So They like to, usually there's pine shavings in the wintertime, we put straw down. They like to just make little nest. Oops, we got to open that up because it's pretty dark in here. They like to make little nest inside boxes or little cubbies like this. We don't even bother with nesting boxes. And the windows, these are from a bus. And this right here, the pool we tore down, this is what the whole walls are lined with. And there's insulation on all the walls, ceiling, floor. Getting down the stairs sometimes can be a little tricky. But all in all, it actually is a really nice setup. It's a little, like I said, it's a little, it's not clean and perfect right now, but it's winter in Wisconsin. So this is what happens winter in Wisconsin. Not for everybody, but for us, this is what we're doing. It keeps them warm. It keeps them safe. They like it. They enjoy it. And the whole setup with this whole coop was pretty much free. It's pallet wood. We bought this siding right here. Really, really cheap. Used door, you know, sticks from the yard for the roost. Besides what they eat and bed in, it's all been pretty cheap to build all of that. I'll just pan up real quick. We actually just had gutters put on this as well. And what we did over here, I'll slowly pan down. You can't see it now, but this does drip right here. And then we have like a French swell that goes down. It's all lined with rocks. Then the water collects. It's really hard to see. But the water collects in this little area right down here. And then a tree went down. We had some boards, so this, you barely can see it, like right here. We just went and laid a board down, put some really, because we're all sand here in Wisconsin, in our area right now. And that's kind of, I like to dust bath right there. They have some other favorite spots too, that they like to dust bath in, but we try to give them areas everywhere. They choose sometimes areas they shouldn't, but at least we try. This is the fence. It's a shame because the weather creeped up on us quicker than what we thought it was going to, so it's going to stay here and not be moved right now. This is a negative positive fence, so if you don't have a very strong ground in your area like we don't, it's negative positive, so you don't need an actual ground rod. All right, moving on from chicken chores. No legs, 80 ladies. You guys are freeloading. We have been getting an egg. We were getting like 4 or 5 days straight. We were getting eggs, but they've held off now for a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to my next chore. I'm gonna take you guys with. So I have cats. They're outdoor cats, but I like to keep them extremely safe. I used to have a dairy farm, so when I moved, when the farm sold and I had to move, I decided to not abandon my cats, but take my cats. This setup's new this year. This is an outside cage. They have, sorry guys, it's hilly and very slippery. I have this. It's made out of hardwire cloth. It's just a runner. It goes way up top. And there's another cage up there. I'm not going to trek through this. It may not look like it on this camera, but it's a little too steep right now for me to walk up there. But they use this runner and they go up top. So this is 100 feet. And then there's another cage up top. I don't even think I can zoom in where you guys can see it through the trees. And then I have everything lined, which you can kind of see with hardware cloth. So you can access it from the outside. This little box is just a little, they don't really stay in it, just a little outdoor box. I have a bunch of straw in it, so normally I don't put straw in because they usually stay pretty warm. This area right here is a little shaded compared to what they had quite a few years before that. We just built this. So straw's new to me, and it does make a mess. And I'll show you guys inside, and it's only been in there for a little bit, but it's a mess. Again, we built this shed. It's 10 by 16. And it was from free pallet wood. And you can see the inside. I'll explain it more in there. I bought this flexible plexiglass. They claim it is easy to cut and screw through. And you're looking for a solution just for a quick winter time. Come here. That's one of my kitty cats. This stuff is amazing. I can try to find a link for it if I can't, but if I can, I'll put it down below. And then I just took some scrap wood real quick, built just a frame just to adhere it to this, because this is all hardwood cloth. You want to come say hi? That's one of my farm cats. He's a ragdoll. I have 3 ragdolls actually. And they're just, if you're looking for a cat that's like a dog and don't mind extreme neediness, get a ragdoll. They're amazing. Alright, usually I don't walk on this side, but it's a really steep hill on the other side. When I walk over here, my one cat likes to run up to the window up top here. It's kind of funny. Okay, well, I'll show you the inside. This is the side with the door. I went and bought this awning too. It was really cheap, but man, it's nice because we haven't gotten gutters up here. Our gutter guy got too cold, I guess, and with the cats not with their cage on the other side, we had to cut it off. So I wanted to kind of wait, I guess, until they could either be completely out or stay in the coop. But again, you could find amazing things and save some money. Door was free, and yeah, so we can go inside here. Like I said, it's wintertime. It's a little mess. That's Sleepy. Hi, guys. This guy right here, he just had some major surgery and had 8 teeth pulled, and so he's hanging in there, and he has a big ulcer, so he's got to have medication and everything like that. This is my Dai and Elliot. This is Waggles and Cindy Ray. Yeah, when I was saying about the straw, in here is their little home, and I have straw in there. This is all insulated, but every time they get in and out, and I've cleaned this so many times, I think I'm just going to call it a loss until winter's over with. Hi, Sleepy. So this is what I was trying to explain to you guys. These are oversized pallets, so they have the studs that are 2 foot on center. These are the boards that are on top of the pallets. We took some off, just stood them up, bought some more of that siding that we did for the chicken coop, and put it on the outside there. It just has trusses with some tin. And then I have a shelf up here, and they have little shelves to get everywhere. This is where they like to perch here, and they can look outside. I don't know, it's a simple little setup, but they love it. Keeps them warm, keeps them happy. Alright, guys. Alright, so we finished feeding them, giving them fresh water. The cat that just had surgery, he's on some medication because they found out it's either cancer or a really bad ulcer, so we're praying we get that fixed and everything works out. But here's the other side of the shed too. And again, this window, we found someone threw it out on the side of the road. It was brand new. We looked it up. It was like $380 window. The only thing wrong with it is one of the metal pieces around the frame was lightly dented. So, yep. In the trash it went, and we took it, and I said, let's put that in our shed. Because my thought process is even after the cats are gone, they're getting a little older. you know, the shed can be turned into something else. We were going to put insulation in it this year, but obviously we didn't get to that, and then put siding in inside of it. But yeah, so we were going to put insulation in there, and we just kind of, you know, with everything going on, just ran out a little bit of time, and so we'll do it next year. It'll be fine. So now we are in my canning kitchen. It's a little messy at the moment, so we are going to get this organized, get it cleaned up, and you guys can come along for that if you'd like. I have right here a basket. These are some more seeds that I was trying to save. I have a basket of little onions that have started to sprout. So I'm going to go through that, pick out any ones that are getting way too soft. I have a basket of jars. We use the food that I can. I can show you over here. Let me these around. I have potatoes that some of them they're still hard and they started to sprout. So I'm going to go through and just take those off. Pick through the ones. This is why I planted some before, because they were just getting really, really soft, and you can kind of tell. I grew a variety. This one's really, really soft. And then anything that's, I'm going to go and can all of these as well, just so they don't go to waste. I have some seeds here that I'm going to pull off, separate. I have towels to put away. I have my canner because I was just canning the other day. I use my canning kitchen to wash this. It's a mister, so I'm just going to go through, put that back in its box. I am going to take some of my glorious beans that I grew this year. I'm going to get those soaking, ready for some bean soup. And I think I have, down here is I have some soup. So I only have 4 pints and 1 quart left. Today I'm making some split pea soup. I have a big ham bone I want to get used up. This is from October 24. So I've got 1 pint left of that. I've got a bunch of chili. So I'm going to hopefully get this shelf filled back up with bean soup, a bunch of split pea soup. I still have carrots, so a lot of my carrots that I grew this year, I still have them. They're in the fridge. They actually are, they're so really nice. I just vacuum seal them, keeps the air off of them. They're still crisp. They're ready to go. So I'm going to put that in the split pea soup. I have a bunch of celery I grew. That's frozen. I did dehydrate a bunch, so I think I might experiment with, or freeze dry. I might experiment with that as well. So I'll probably bring you guys along for just kind of tad bits of all that stuff. Not a detailed cooking show. I don't really follow too many recipes, so making it detailed is, if you're looking for that, I'm not the one to teach you how to cook. I can cook delicious. I just dump and add and taste, and if it turns out, then great, I can it up. besides the onions, which is just a lot. I'm going to dump in the chicken broth, which was just from July of this year. So I am going to make a huge pot. So I'm going to put 2 quarts of chicken broth. I gotta try it. So here's the other quart. And then I'm going to fill these with water. Do a half and half with that. We can push this up a little bit. Just filling the jars up with water. And then we'll just dump that in. And I have all of my split peas as well. We're going to let this warm up just a little bit. I'll turn the heat up a little bit. I added all my spices and stuff and cooked it in with the rest of the goodies that are in there. And we'll get this going and we'll add the beans. I have my ham bone here. I just put it in the freezer. This is frozen, but it won't take too long to thaw out. And we'll just plop that whole thing right in there. And I'm going to add, I have 32 ounces of beans. I'm just going to add that all in. That's just going to all cook down, marry together, and then we will blend it all up. And I'm going to add some, there might be enough ham on this bone actually. If not, I have a whole freezer of ham. And we'll add chunks of ham to that when this is all done. Might actually add more liquid as well. But that's what we've gotten done so far. I can take you over here. I'm going to turn you around, or yeah, we'll turn you around real quick. That's what we have there. I have washed all the potatoes. I have my beans soaking. So these will have to soak for probably, I would say, a good 48 hours. Potatoes I'm going to cut up while this soup is going, and I'm just going to can them up real quick. Here are my carrots. I don't wash them. I put them in bags right from the garden. They're still nice and pliable. Or not pliable, they're strong. They're good carrots. I just stick them in a bag like that. It's time they do get used a little bit. But yeah, that's what they look like. And then I can seal them up. They stay really nice like that. I almost forgot the most important part. I'm going to add a couple bay leaves. Let's add a couple of those in there. Well, I guess that's going to be enough. And then I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of garlic. This is just garlic that I canned. And I grew and I canned this out of my garden. Less is okay with this fresh stuff. It's very potent. It's not like store-bought garlic that you get in a jar. That takes half the jar to make anything taste like garlic. Oh yeah. I just take my garlic bulbs, I peel them, I mince them really well. I put a little bit of whatever you want just to keep it a little moist, whether you use oil or water. And that's all I do. So I am going to get back to cleaning up this mess right back here. I am going to finish cleaning my sink, throw out my garbage. I'm going to get those carrots actually cleaned up. They're going to go into the bean soup in a couple days. So we're going to get all that done. Let this soup do what it wants. I have some furniture to move in right now. So while this is just simmering, we're going to move some furniture in. And then I'm going to come back in here, tend to the soup, and start canning my potatoes. And I will be back. See you guys. This is where we're at right now. Pressure canner's going. I always put a towel down. Got my jar gripper to pull them out. We have everything I've used washed up. This is what was left from the ham bone that I picked off. Didn't wash the carrots because I'm not going to wash them until the day I actually make the soup. But yeah, so we got that. The dish is washed. Over here is the soup. This will be supper, and whatever is left from that we will put in the pressure canner tonight as well. Right here I put in the bag that the split piece came in. Is a bunch of fat and little chunks of meat. I'm just going to take up to the chickens, and that'll be a little snack. So we're going to head up there real quick and give them a nice little snack. Alright, I'm going to walk up this hill. Looks like somebody was having a little fun with the four-wheeler. Hi guys! You guys want a little bit of a little treat? Get you guys some treats. Here, Elton. There you go. Got some ham for you guys. These birds they get a lot of treats. Hi there. Hey, Goldie. I don't know if you guys can see over there, we're also building a solar array. So we're taking advantage of this nice day and getting that completed. That's been in the background of all my videos, so if you've ever seen it wondering what that wood structure was. That's what it is. It's going to tilt back and forth. It pivots. So that'll be our solar array. Okay, so our canner is done. We're going to turn the heat off. We're going to let this just release pressure. We'll pull the jars out. I may or may not show that. It's getting to the point now where I'm going to have to check on eggs one more time, go feed and water the dogs. I will feed and water my cats. I have to make a special blended puree for the one that had tooth surgery, and there's 6 cats in there, so they all get special gourmet food now. So I'll be busy doing that. Then I'll get our supper put together. We'll eat that split pea soup, and we'll do a garlic bread on the side. And it'll be good. And then probably just do some cleanup after supper. You know, there's a lot of little things you do throughout your day. You know, clean up after the cats, litter boxes, sweep, mop, clean the bathroom, stuff like that I'm sure nobody's really too interested in. And then by then it'll be probably closer to 8, 9 o'clock, and then you can sit down and relax for the day. Get up, watch the sunrise, and start it all over again. Alright, so my pressure canner is set long enough to release pressure. And you carefully open. And the jars go, like I said, just on a towel. And we'll take them all out, put them on the towel. Get a little bit of debris right there. Smells like potatoes in here. Move that back just a little bit so you guys can see all the beautiful jars. Like I said, as soon as this is over with, everyone's gonna get fed, watered, and I'm gonna relax after I get the supper put away and dishes washed, and a couple loads of laundry, stuff like that. Just typical household duties that you like to see to get done at the end of the day. And then I'll be canning again tomorrow, the split pea soup, and then I will be canning probably 2 days I'll can the bean soup I'm about to make. You can see it bubbling and hear it bubbling. So all in all, it was a very productive day, and it's just a typical day when you're a gardener living off your land. Hope you guys enjoyed this. So this will be the ending of the videos. I'm getting ready right now. The same towel that I did the potatoes, I'm going to be taking out the split pea soup. Not sure why I ended the other video saying that I was doing it tomorrow when I knew I was doing it tonight. So we're just getting ready the canner to come down to pressure, and we're going to pull the jars out, and we are definitely going to call it a night after that. Perfect. Pressure has been released, and looks like the jars did not do the greatest in these, but okay, those are out, and then this will conclude a day in the life of a gardener. Everybody have a good day.